Hey people, I just finished posting that last movie. I haven't been able to sell a hat yet, so I thought I'd come out here in public to my favorite Mexican joint and see if I could sell some tinfoil hats. But it's mainly to let everybody know that I'm a tinfoil hat wearing motherfucker. To show that they're really stylish and everybody loves them. Hey people, I ain't trying to sell no hats. Shipping's a bitch. I have to send it in parts and make another video to show you how to put it together. But you remember that time about a year and a half ago that the Queen of the Anunnaki called on all the Anunnaki to gas all the population, and then the virus hit? Well, you called me a tinfoil hat wearing mother, but I just ran into this. I was searching for this word Alu, and I found this Sumerian Akkadian deities list, and I'll leave you a link to it here. You know, all the gods in the Hebrew Bible, they're the Alu, Ali, Allah, Alims. In the ancient language, they were known as the diabolical and the demon. And the An was the god of the Sumerians, you know, the high ones, the Anunnakis. And you can see the language is similar. You know, the Abu is the father of Bu. You know, in the Hebrew, the Ab is still the father. And so I was reading on through this, you know, because I don't believe in any god. Language is God. It says it right there in the Bible. You know, in the beginning was God, and the God was the Word, and the Word was God. But I ran into this here, Madonna. Madonna is the director of the Anunnaki gods. Whatever she calls upon, that's what happens. And so we could blame Madonna for creating all this. So right now we got this war going on in Israel, and that's the real Anunnaki, is Israel. And they're trying to take over the Gaza Strip, and the whole purpose is they're trying to get down here to take over the Suez Canal and take back Judah. And this is Judah. Everybody calls it Egypt, but this is Judah. And it's right there in the Bible. It says this is Judah. And it's here in Joshua 15. It's called the boundaries of Judah. And I'm going to pull this off and put it beside the Hebrew. And here in the Hebrew it's called the territory of Judah. So in their interpretation they say, so this was the lot of the tribe of the sons of Judah. And in the Greek, and were the boundaries of the tribe of Judah. And so this is the wage, how they get by, the wage. And you see it's the same here. The ka is just this vav here is this key. And it means the W, the V, or the U. And so here it goes with the W-E-G-E-N. Wage in it to. The wage in it to means the work to make, to area, to the boundaries, O-R-I-A, to the area. Fools, Q-U-L-E-S, the fools, Judah, according to fools. And here in the Hebrew, you know, it's the wage, the edge, the E-G, the edge whereof, where bind, W-R-L. The wage, the edge whereof, limit. The limit. This isn't the tribe. This is the limit of the Bing. Bing is a mark of time. The mark of time to make who would, or you would. And I've been calling this of misfits, but this is the limbs, LMS, like the limbs of a tree, fits. Where are the limbs? You would, limbs, fits. But here in the Greek, The waging it to the area, and it means to make the area, to the waging it to area, is the works to create the area is what it's saying. And the fools, Y-O-U-D-A, you would. You go and sit here, Y-O-U apostrophe D, you would. Kata, according to give the power to. If it's to give acknowledgments to. All the books of the New Testament, the Gospels, the Kata, the Gospel Kata John, the Gospel according to John, given credits to, give the power to, according to. And they say this is where your Democrats come from here. You can see the DHMO, the peoples. Then it says the Dem House. Given to Dem House, what on, A-U-T, what on, opposing, away from. Away, ton, T-O-N, means to fashion. Away, ton, Orion, O-R-I-O-N. And you see they use a different word for borders here. O-R-I-A-O-R-I-O-N. This is Orion. And then this idiom may as away this her moves in. Her moves in for prose. For live those codes. The Kodesh is spelled with the Q in the Hebrew, and it means the east. Sometimes that means the east because it's the feeds. Everything feeds from the east. So this waging it to the area, to create an area. The fools, Q-U-L-E-S, Q-U-L-H-S, the fools you do according to them house, what on, away, fashion, Orion. And so this idiom, the hand of may as away this, her moves in. And so dem use this is a idiom, and it's letting you know that dem, that's the Germans, them, T-H-E-M, them people, them house, their peoples. We think of it as the Germans speak that way now, but it was the Nordics is what they're talking about here. But your fool and Orion are one and the same. The fools and Orion, and actually Orion is an idiom. Idiom, a group of words established by usage and having a meaning not deductible from those in the individual words. An idiom is life is a bowl of cherries. There's not a bowl of cherries in life, but it means it's wonderful. A bad apple doesn't mean you got an apple with a worm in it. It means he's a troublemaker. A bad apple would spoil the whole damn bunch. But a fool, the area of the fool is the area of Orion, and it's describing the borders of Orion in this chapter. And we'll see it plainly here because it's going to talk about Rigel, the brightest star, which is the foot, Rigel. And all through the Hebrew Bible you see RGL, and it'll have to do with feet. But the brightest star in here is Rigel at the foot. And then you have the belt here. And then this one here is Betel Jews. The Bet, to the house of Jews. Over here. And it's the easiest one to spot in the sky. All the sailors used it because of these three bright stars that are lined up close together. You don't confuse them with anything else. Wherever you are, you just wake up, you look up. If you find this, you're going to find a red star at one end and a blue star at the other. And so that's going to orient you to where you are on Earth. If you understand the stars, all you have to do is look one time, and they use this to find all your other stars. The brightest star in the sky, Ceres. You line up these three stars here. You have the red on top and the blue on the bottom. You line, port, red, blue, starboard. And so the reason, Rigel is the foot is this is where Rigel used to be in the older drawings and mirrors. This is Rigel at the foot. The newer drawings have it at the knee. But it's the oldest known. It's 32 to 38,000 years old. They found cave depictions of Orion. And so the Bible mentions Orion 3 times, naming it Kessel. Kessel literally means fool. And Rigel, they call it enroll here. It's just an RGL, Rigel. Anytime they use these 3 letters together, they'll say it means foot. But the CN Shamesh, the sun, and comes after my when attacked. Do not see in the sun the view. VEIW means the view from above. VIEW means your view, what you're seeing when you look up. But if you're above looking down, this is what VEIW means, the view. The taxit, tie, will, and then backwards and forwards, nigh, OCN, will not see in Rigel. And so there's a story about Orion and the scorpion. The scorpion chases Orion because they're on total opposite sides, and anytime the scorpion comes up, Orion goes down. At no time can you see the two of them in the sky together. And you see over here in the cities of Judah, the cities are the Oris, O-R-I-S. Final nouns pronounce the S, the Oris, as in factories or the Horis. And you see it down here in the cities of Judah in 30 to Castle, K-S-I-L, and Castle, K-S-I-L, right here, Castle, the fool, and it's talking about Orion. So this word for the cities, the O-R-I-S, Oris, will help give us a better idea what this Orion means. Into the rushing stream of Egypt, and will be his outer reaches of the borders, Orion. But you see here, this the Egypt to west, W-K-W-E-S-T, the west of the, most of the time they'll say this means the, sometimes he. The Exodus, E-X-O-D-O-S. They try to make us think that Exodus means leaving out of Egypt. The Exodus, what to fashion Orion. And so, Ori is the cities in the Hebrew. What to fashion, Ton, means to fashion, to make like Orion. And so all the Egyptologists, they'll tell you that the Egypt and the pyramids were fashioned on Orion. And it's right there in the language. That's what the word Orion means. It means the city on. Ton Orion, to fashion the city on of Egypt. And so if you look back at the top again, waging it to create to the area, fools, Orion, you do according to the dim house, what on a way to fashion the city on. A way to fashion the city on. So this word Orion, it doesn't even mean Orion. It's where your word origin comes from. You know, the city, the origin comes from the fools. Fools means Orion. But over here in the Hebrew, you know, this is older writing, and it says the wage edge, E-G-W-R, to wage the edge where of limit, bing, is marks of time. You know, all this is marks of time. They're bings. Fourth hour and the fifth hour and the sixth hour, bing. Seventh hour, bing. These are all bings, and it's marking the place of time. To wage the edge whereof limit the bing to who would limbs fits, the limbs of the family. You know, the bings, the sons of Israel, the sons of Judah, the marks of time, the limbs fits, and then backwards the L, of, A-L-U-V, all of give, will, mudda, backwards, M-U-D, waters connected through. Well, if you got waters in your earth, you got mud. And to all of give will mudda made, M-D, brains in, B-R, backwards and forwards, N-X-N. The mudda made brains in, noggin, N-G-B is in, noggin. Noggin, that's a German word for your head, where your brains are, where your mudda made brains in, noggin. And then E-M, them fix. To fix is, to position, is where it's at, the place of. And the brains and the noggin, them fix time in, T-I-M, T-Y-M, T-Y-M, time in. To fix, from fix to time in. The wage, the girl, the edge whereof limit, the bing, the marks of time. To make who would limbs fits. Who would limbs fits. The 12 of the family, the 24 hours of the day. It used to be 12 double hours, was the old Chinese. The limbs fit. The 12 sons of Israel were all double hours. Of all of, A-L-U-V, all of give will mudda made brains in, noggin, them fix timing. So that's what it's about. We got Israel over there starting a war and trying to take back what's theirs, and they no good and well. There was no such thing as Israel. It's all a figment of imagination created from when they changed the writings of the books, and they tried to change the meanings of the word, and that's where you messed up, because the word is God, and you go back to the origin, the original, the Orion, the city on, the fashion, ton the city on, to fashion the origin. This, the idiom ages away. This her moves in. Prose, for live those codes. You can't change God's codes. You can't change the word. It's going to come back every time. So there's a lot of good stuff in this Joshua 15, and it gives a better idea of what the salty is. The sun is the soul, is the salt waters, and the mother is the rain, is the fresh waters. And so the waters, which you think of as waters, isn't always feminine. The salt waters is the masculine. All right, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.